Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mishler Math video number 1. And this video is a pretty interesting video. This is all about what is a linear, and we can do this again in a second. What is a linear relationship? What does that mean, a linear relationship? Well, let's start with, okay, I'm gonna try this. We're gonna sell you some, I'm gonna have you hire you guys to sell t-shirts, okay? This is a t-shirt I want you to sell. And I want you to sell that t-shirt in the mall. And I don't want you to draw a big line across the thing. So, we're gonna sell that t-shirt. And I got a little kiosk in the mall where I sell these neat t-shirts and Mishler Math t-shirts, and the kiosk is I'm going to need somebody to stand there, because you got a pile of t-shirts there. If somebody comes up and wants to buy one, you want somebody to be there. So I'm going to pay you 400 LE every week just for standing there at the kiosk. And then every time you sell a t-shirt, we're going to add 50 LE per shirt. And this is called sales plus commission. That's how that works. Sales, oops, try that again. Sales plus commission. Actually, it's salary plus commission. So let me see if I can get that right. And I'm kind of new at this video business, so you have to bear with me. I know this sometimes gets a little boring, but it'll get faster. Alright, let's make this salary. Salary plus commission. Okay? So, salary plus commission. This is your salary, and this is your commission. Alright? And I can make that into a table. Okay? Table of values, and the table is going to look like this. First of all, your number of t-shirts sold, because let's face it, how much money you make based on the number of shirts. So we're going to say number of shirts. Okay, and that's the first. Oh dear, let me try that again. In fact, I've got a little tool here. I can make that a nice straight line. How do you like that, huh? Number of shirts here, and the total pay on the bottom. So this is going to be 0. So even if you sell 0 t-shirts, you're going to make 400 LE. And 1, you're going to add 50 to that 400 LE. If you sell 2 t-shirts, you're going to make 500 LE. And 3 t-shirts, 550, and 4, 600, and 5, 650, and finally 6 t-shirts, you're going to make 700 LE. And that's enough, by the way, to buy 2 meals, a meal for you and your significant other. You can go into Mori Sushi, buy a top-of-the-line sushi dinner for 2 for 700 LE. I hope you can buy a dinner for 2 for 700 LE. Anyway, so, or you can actually buy a mobile phone for 700 LE. Anyway, this is what if you sell 6 t-shirts, that's how much you earn. And take a look at what's happening here. Now, you notice that every time I jump up a notch here, I add 1, okay? Add 1, add 1, add 1, add 1, and add 1. Down here, every time I go up a notch, I add 50. I add the same amount each time, whether it's on the top or on the bottom. Now obviously 50 and 1 are not the same amount, so I'm adding 1 each time here, I'm adding 50 each time here, but I'm adding the same amount each time. That's what makes this a linear relationship, okay? That's what makes this a linear relationship. The fact that it jumps up the same amount each time on this, and it jumps up the same amount each time on this. So we're going to call this x, and we're going to call this y. And what does it all mean? Well, I'm going to show you something real interesting here, because I can go back up here, and I've got a little graph here. And let's see if I can figure out how this is going to work here. Now, I want to graph these ordered pairs, okay? So I've got 0, 400, 1, 450. Let me see if I can duplicate that up here. I got x, and okay, let's try this again. X, and oh yes, that's so much nicer, isn't it? X and y. So when x is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, y is 400, 450, 500, 550, 600, 650, and 700. And I didn't actually go up to 7 up and down on the bottom, did I? So that's pretty much the same combination of numbers I had down here, isn't it? So I'm going to graph these numbers, okay? Now, you notice there's no scale here. So I'm going to have to make a scale. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the x scale, okay? Now, if I do the same thing here on the y scale, and this is a common mistake that students make, and I hope you don't make this mistake. If I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, how am I going to get these numbers on this, okay? It starts off at 400. So I've got a great idea. Why don't I make this 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, right here, and 600, 700, 800, 900, and 1,000 up here. And we're not going to get that high, but it tells you what the scale is there, okay? So I've got 0 and 400. That means when x, this is my x-axis right here, okay? So when x is 0, then y is going to be up here at 400, because you're going to earn 400 LE just for showing up at work that day. Okay, because this is the number of shirts sold on the x-axis, okay, and this is the total pay here on the y-axis, okay. So this is your first ordered pair. You got 0, 400. 0 on the x-axis, 400 on the y-axis. 1 and 450. 1 and 450 goes right here, halfway up. 2 matches up with 500. So there's 2 on the x-axis and 500 on the y-axis. 3 is going to be halfway up, and that's going to be right there. And 4 is going to be 600 LE. And 5 is 650 LE, and 6 is 700 LE. Now, I can actually draw a line through this now. Okay? You see that? So I can draw this line through these points. And now I have this graph of this. You see, why do you think where do you think we get the name linear equation or linear relationship? It's a line. When we graph this stuff, it becomes a line. That's why we call it a linear relationship. And again, this goes up 1 each time. This goes up 50 LE each time. So that's what a linear relationship is. Okay? And it's very simple. And when I put this on here, I've got the graph of an equation. Okay? The equation is y, that's this, okay? That's my total pay. Y is equal to 400 plus 50 times x. X is the number of shirts I sell. So if I sell, let's say I sell 20 shirts, okay? So if I sell 20 shirts, y, that's the number of pay, or the amount of my pay, be 400 plus 50 times 20. What's 50 times 20? That's 1,000, isn't it? So if you sell 20 t-shirts, you're going to earn 20 times 50 is 1,000. So you're going to earn 1,000 plus 400, and that equals 1,400 LE. And remember, this t-shirt is pretty much, everybody is going to want to buy this t-shirt, and so this is it's going to be easy for you to make a lot of money selling these t-shirts. That's what a linear relationship is. This is how algebra came about. People try to figure out how to represent the relationship between two quantities that change, and the relationship is right there. This is your x and this is your y, and this is how things change. And next time we look at a video, we're going to talk about slope. Thanks for listening.